Hello everyone and welcome to the Matukio Webinar. Matukio allows you to easily manage your event information, list all of your events in a calendar on the front end, and allow for big and small events. Matukio is perfect for both the large and small event organizers. This webinar is brought to you by CloudAccess.net, and my name is Bernie. I'm going to be your host and moderator for today's presentation. We are the official host of the demo trial of Joomla at CloudAccess.net, and you can launch free and unlimited demo trials, and each demo is active for 30 days. At any point you can upgrade to a paid hosting package and experience our phone support. You can pick up the phone and give us a call as you develop your Joomla site. Your presenter today is Eve Hopp, who is attending and presenting from Munich, Germany. Now, Eve has worked for many years as a certified Java developer, but once he found Joomla, he discovered a new passion, and ever since then he's been creating many Joomla websites and extensions. Additionally, Eve has led numerous PHP and JavaScript workshops where his in-field experience provided invaluable for understanding and helping developers achieve their goals. And Eve is the lead developer for Matukio, brought to you by CompoJoom, and CompoJoom is responsible for dozens of high-quality Joomla components, and they're really known for their great level of support. Now today, Eve is going to talk about managing events, seminars, and courses. He's going to discuss how to display events on the front end through a calendar using Matukio, and he's also going to show you how you can allow site visitors to register. I'm sure he'll discuss more back-end features and front-end functionality, but please do stick around for a Q&A session at the end of the presentation. Eve is going to stick around and answer any questions you may have. Find that GoToMeeting slide-out question area to the right of your screen. Send a message, let us know where you're attending from, or just say hello. Again, Eve is attending from Munich, Germany. I'm in northern Michigan in the U.S., and you can also get a hold of me. You see at the bottom of the presentation here. Tweet at me at CloudAccess or send me a direct email, webinars@cloudaccess.net. You can post your questions here for Eve or tweet them at me, and I'll make sure Eve gets those questions at the end of the presentation. I want you to know, too, that CompoJoom is generally they're offering a 15% off Matukio coupon today with the coupon code CloudAccess. So if you are interested in purchasing this component, use this coupon code to receive some additional savings. I'm sure Eve will talk a little bit more about that later today. And just a reminder that I am recording this presentation. It's going to be live on our YouTube channel later today, youtube.com/CloudAccess. So we look forward to hearing from you and getting your questions. And Eve, good morning. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Thank you for your great intro, and a warm welcome to everyone.
Yeah, well, great. I'm going to pass the presentation over to you in just a moment. Dan is letting us know he's attending from Madison, Wisconsin, just across the lake from us. But folks, let us know where you're attending from. And Eve, I'm going to pass the presentation to you now.
So I hope everyone can see it now. That's the correct monitor. So again, a warm welcome to everyone. Mine introduced Matukio as an event management software, but Matukio is even more. So what can you do with Matukio? You can create and manage events, that's for sure, but you can also, but it also supports webinars. You can add event images, multiple files, multiple forms, multiple booking fields. We have payment integration. We have event lists, calendar views, upcoming events, event ratings, event certification on HTML code. We have signature lists and much more. For your event participants, we have also a lot in common. They can see the location on a map. They can register and edit their booking, cancel their booking. They can make easy payments via PayPal or other payment systems, and they can easily communicate with your organizers. So I'm going to start to show you a bit around, starting with the installation. As you see, I have set up a new Joomla installation on my local PC. Matukio is installed like any other Joomla extensions through the backend. So I'm going to select the Matukio archive. You can download it at compojoom.com and just install it. So, as we can see, the installation went fine. We have one archive for almost everything. Most models are installed, most plugins are installed with it, so you don't have to do anything besides that. They are also automatically activated, so you don't have to click through our 12 payment plugins and enable them all. The search is also already activated. So, after installing, the first thing you need to do is set up a category. So we go to the category screens. After installing, they have all options here in the backend in the menu. So we create a new category. Let's call it CloudAccess. And we create also a new one, just CompuJoom. The description, the only field you have to fill out is the title. But you can also use any other option. The alias will be used for search and giant-friendly URLs. The description is used partly in the front end to present your events in a specifically view. And you can also use the category permissions. So you can set up events for some groups only, or which are allowed to see only by certain groups. So, but in our case, we just save it with the title. Next, and much more interesting step is creating an event. So as you can see, we don't have any events currently. This is a screen where you have a nice overview about all events. So let's create one. The number is automatically generated by default, but you can change it to anything you like. You could paste in any number you like, but we are always doing event number and year, but you can identify your events by that one. So, what fields do we have to fill out? First one is the title. Let me see, I create a CMC webinar title. This is coming soon on CloudAccess. It's on the 14th, 10th, 15th. It's going to take an hour. You could also use here as a calendar. And you can actually book until the beginning. So, the closing date determines how long your participants can book an event. So everybody can book until 15 o'clock in this case. So brief description. A webinar. This is just a short one, showed in upcoming events, showed on the event list overview, on the SS feed, and some other positions. So, because it's online, the location is online. As I said, it's a webinar, and I pick myself, the super user, as organizer. This is important because all emails are sent to him. He's getting a notification email when somebody has booked, and it's important because he can also manage the event in the front end. But we're going to see more from that later. So let's say we have 15 maximum participants, or I think we support 500 here, and we allow to book 3 places at once. If you have more bookings, you can choose, should they go to the wait list, should the booking be stopped, or should the event been hidden. So now that were our necessary settings. The rest is optional, but you should almost every time supply a description. This description is shown on the detail page. You can use any HTML you like here. You can use images, plugins, and so on to generate a nice text. And you also have the possibility to separate that text for different users. You can supply a text for unregistered users. For example, let's say unregistered users should see the text, please register before booking to easily get your certificate later. So then you can have a normal text description. Actually, we have some problems. Give me a second. We have span, which is bad. A nice description of the upcoming CMC event. So this is only shown to unregistered people. This is shown to everyone. So you could include some images here, as I said, and more. You could also supply a text for paid users, certificated users, registered users, booked users, and so on. So you can change this text to your needs and to the needs of the viewer. You can use any HTML here. I'm just going to copy the description from here. Okay, I also copied the font, but that's no problem. We have no Google Maps location. We are going to see for what this is later. I'm going to add a tutor. In this case, this is going to be Daniel. And the target group is everybody or every Joomla user. This is also shown in the front end side. Fees, the event is free, and of course it's a top event. So, what can we do? What can we also do? We can create additional specific booking fields for this event only. You have super global booking fields. They are shown on every event booking. And you can also have event-specific input fields. They are shown just on this event. So, for example, you have an event where you give away some T-shirts. You could ask in these fields for the size or anything similar, and don't have to show it on every other event. Next option is to upload files. You can supply a description and also say who is allowed to view this file. Perhaps you want to supply a file that only paid attendees are allowed to download. So you just choose users who have paid for this event, and this file is only accessible to them and not to anyone else. Next one is overrides. We have custom booking mails, or we have a custom booking mail for every event, if you like, or a global one. Here you can override the global one with your own text. For example, you have to add something special only for this event, you can fill it out here. And the same goes here for the custom certificate code. If you have something special in the certificate, you can just copy over the other code or supply a complete different one, and your downloads are going to, and your participants can download it based on this code. So, in our case, I'm just going to save it. We see event was successfully saved. I've filled out every field. When I forgot to fill one out, we see we have a direct JavaScript validation. We actually get invalid field number immediately. So, let's get back to the event overview. As you see, this has changed a bit. We have now an event. Here you can see many informations about the upcoming events. You can choose if you want to see all events, published, old events, unpublished. If you have many events, you are going to really like this backend because it's easy to organize events and manage them from here. We can choose which category to show. We have a filter, and we see on the right side if an event has not yet been started. Here we see if it's available. If it's fully booked, we have a red icon, waitlist, bookable, and the same goes for this one. Next thing I want to show is front end. So we actually have to create a menu first. This is first thing you need to create before showing Matukio is a link to the event list. This one is mandatory, else the routing with such a giant friendly URLs will fail. So we create this one. This can be also on a hidden menu. You don't have to show this actually to the users. We just need it to route. So you can say which access you want to have. We want it public. I just call it event list. And let's rest like this. You have some advanced option. You can choose a template. We keep the modern one. You can set a different title. You can choose which categories to show and how much events to show at once. We have a pagination, so here you determine only how many events are shown on one page in default. The user can also, if you have enabled the option, show all events at once. So I'm going to save and close it, and we are going to the front end and to the event list. So this is it, the one webinar we created before. This is the icon just for webinars. If we would have a different one, a different event, we would have another icon. You can click and a map would be open. But we're just going to take a look at this one at first. I'm going back in some minutes to the back end, create some custom booking fields and another event, a local event with some more things to show. So I'm just going to show you the CMC description, the single event template. In this one we have tried to give you as much place as possible for your own text, for your own style, for your own description. We have this one, and the rest is, the focus is clear on the description of the event, and you can style it as you like. Here you can see which numbers the event is, the status of the event, when it starts, when it ends, the closing event. As you have seen in the backend, you can actually also hide these ones. All fields except the tutor, tutor and target group, as long as you have them filled out, can be hidden. You can also hide how many places are bookable. So here we have a description. As you can see here, we have a contact button. You can contact the organizer with it. You can also disable that. I'm going to show you some of the settings later. You can download a calendar file. You can print the event informations, calendar files, and ECS files working with Outlook, Apple Calendar, and so on. You can print the event informations with some informations. And of course you can book the event. It's the interesting part, but we're going to come back to that later. Or I'm going to show some small things of it. Because our event is free, we have only 2 pages. If you have a paid event, we have 3 pages. And this event form is 100% dynamic, generated on your settings in the backend. And how this is going, I'm to show you now. So I'm going back to the backend, go to Matukio, and go to booking fields. And as you can see, every file you see in the front end, you can see here now. Going to change ordering, and you see the first field in the front end is the title. The second one is the company. The commons one is on page 2, not on page 1. First name, last name, true name, street, zip, location, country. So let's, for example, say you don't want to see the country. You just click on disable, and it's the right one. Country, disable it, and as you can see, the file is gone and no more necessary. We have an automatic validation, JavaScript validation. You see, I click. I love it. I click on next, the validation fails. So, as you can see, we have some easy files here, and we're going to create a new file now, or going to change an existing one. Going to re-enable this before. So let's create a new one. Let's say you want to ask the user for the t-shirts. Let's stick with that. T-shirt size. That's actually the caption. T-shirt size is our name. You can say the default size is XXL. And now you can actually say you want a text field, or you want a select field, or radio buttons, checkbox, or spacer. We can start with the text area. I'm going to show you 1 second later why a select would be better in this case. Let's show it on page 3. Publish it. It's required. No. And save it. And fill it out here. So I could fill it out all, but I can have some nice extension for it. Nice. Actually, give me a second. Technical difficulties. Yeah, I see my problem now. So I forgot to put in fee value. So going back here. So let's try again. So Mr. Next and so on, and I could choose XXL, for example here. I made it a text area. I could choose a normal text field here, and I click on book. And as you can see, your booking was successful, participation assured. This is also booking as non-registered users is like this. If you book as a registered user or as an administrator, it's going to look different. So now you, the participant, get an email, and the user is going to get an email which informs him about the booking. I can show you an example how it is going to look like. So this is for an example and booking email. You can 100% customize this yourself. You can set which text is going to send to your participant. This is the default one with all his fields, all the field data, and so on. This is email for a paid one. Didn't want to look into my email account now. As you can see, you have all booking details in this email, and the participant can check if he made the correct inputs, and the organizer also gets informed with the same content and can check who booked his event. So as you can see, you can customize these yourself. The field name is not displayed to anyone. That's because it's a name on the HTML code. You can set the ordering, you can set the caption. This one is actually shown to the user. You can just input your file text here, or if you have a multi-language page, you can also use language strings like we did here. As you have seen, the caption ComCity, Matukio field city has been translated into city automatically. If you would have a German page, it would have translated into the corresponding word, and so on. So you can easily achieve multi-national, multi-language pages with that. Let's take a look at this again. So, as I told you, text area is probably not the best one to choose for a t-shirt. T-shirt sizes, at least in European style, are pretty easy. So the thing is pretty simple. It's like on many other extensions, you can just put your values here. Let's say we have size S. We can actually type it like that. L. The left one is the name, the identifier, the right one is the text. And every option goes into these braces and is going to be shown in the front hand side. So LL. I actually forgot M. And XL. So now I changed that one to select. We could also add a custom CSS style here. We can say we want it a bit more wide, we want it put somewhere else, we want another ordering. We can set it to required, and it's automatically JavaScript validated in the front end and on the booking. So the field has to be filled out then. So default value, let's say M, it's middle, and save it again. So going to go back to the event list and going to book again. I just insert some random data here, else we won't go to the second page. The email is validated, so it has to be a correct one. And as you can see, we now have a nice select box here, where you can choose the size for your t-shirt. The second page, as I said, in free events, is mostly for validation and for terms and conditions. Terms and conditions are not shown here because we have no text. I'm going to show that in a minute. So just choose size, t-shirt size, booking was successful. And you now get a nice t-shirt in the correct size. So this is booking as non-registered user guest. If you want, you could also disable booking as non-registered users as guests. When you say, I want only to book, I want only to allow booking to people who are registered. This is no problem. This is a setting in the backend, and you just turn it to on, and only registered users are allowed to book. Let's go back to the event list. As you can see, we have a login form here. This one is one from Matukio. Instead of logging in here, you could also log in here. If you don't have a model on your site, this is pretty nice. You have a local login at your Matukio page. If you don't like it, it's just a setting as always, and you can disable it. Here you can also register and get to the registration page and so on. And it is only shown to not registered users. As we've seen before, we also have in the event list a print button. This is going to print an overview about all events. If you like, you can also disable this. And you can download a calendar file, or users can download a calendar file with all events in it. And as a third option, you can take a look at the automatically generated RSS feeds for all events. So, but first let's take a look at the settings. So we're going to configuration. As you can see, we have very much settings here. It's divided into 7 categories: basic layer, modern template, payment, advanced, security. Defaults, where basic are the most important, most common settings. As I told you earlier, you can set here that unregistered users are not allowed to book events. You just turn this to no. And starting by now, the booking button is not shown to any non-registered users anymore. You have many more settings. You can disallow event lists, calendar down. You can disallow ECS calendar download. You can enable show participants. If you enable that, we have enabled that at our demo page. Let me show. Every user or every visitor can see every participant at the event. This is going to take some time, many users. And as you can see, every user can see every booking of the other one and the status of the booking. This is nice for closed websites who are managing events for a local group, for example, where everybody knows everyone, and you can see if this one has booked and not. So it's just an easy setting. After this, everyone can see this front-end list of bookings. So back to our installation. So next one is print participants names for everybody. You could also set it that this list we have seen some seconds ago should be shown to everybody or only registered users. So you can say, okay, we want that list, but not for everybody, only for registered users. So you can just turn off this of yes, set this to registered, and it's only shown to your registered users. You can also choose to not show real names. You could show instead usernames. This is not only for this list, this is in some other places also. The advantage of that is you don't have so many issues with real names. Many people don't like that, privacy and so on. Next setting is you can turn up rating system. If you turn that on, every participant is allowed to rate an event, but only after the end of it. After that, they can come back to your page and rate the event, say it was great, it was not great, and so on. It's a normal numerical mapping. We have seen that in the event overview before. Next setting is a certificate system. If you turn that on, you can, in first hand, you can generate certificates for your attendees. And in the second step, if you want, you can choose that. Your users can automatically download a certificate from the front end. Next setting is email to participants. Here you choose if emails should go out from Matukio to them. If you disable that, they don't get a booking mail, they don't get a store no mail, and so on. You can also set this in detail on the advanced section. Next one is email to organizers. As you have seen, you had to choose an organizer and actually Joomla user for an event. That's the one who gets the email when somebody subscribes to your event. And if you turn this to no, he does not get any emails. Allow contacting organ users and terms and conditions. This one I wanted to show. This one is shown on the third page as a checkbox. You could print in your nice terms and conditions. So next one is organizer contact details. This is shown on various places. If you don't want to show the organizer name, organizer email, and some other things, you just turn that off. As a new feature of Matukio 2.2, we had organizer pages, so you can actually promote your organizers, promote your teachers, promote whoever is going to hold that seminar, webinar, whatever. So, and we have an old booking form that's actually the same from seminar. As you maybe know, Matukio is based on Seminar, which was a Joomla 1.5 extension. We have changed a lot of it, but many users also like this booking form. So you have two booking forms in one extension. And if you like, you can just enable this one and use it. It has one advantage over the new one, but only one. In any other case, I would suggest you to use the new one. The advantage is that you don't have to supply any data for it. If you have only registered users and don't want any booking fees, you just want them to click here on book, and then they are booked, then the old booking form is what you want to have, because the old booking form is inside the event overview, in the event template here inside. He just clicks on book and is booked. So it's pretty simple, and this is the advantage of it. So next step is the layout. You can set default single event template. You can say if you want to show a Google Maps marker, you can allow or disallow event images. Normally I would say this is allowed. You can always set one in the back end. It's for your organizers in the front end if they are allowed to upload an event image. This info line, that's about the free spaces and some other things. Some people don't want to show how many places are available. You just turn this to off, and this one is not shown anymore. This one, and in the event list, this one. So, event status image, lights, traffic lights. You see this one. Perhaps you don't like them. It's okay. It's currently, if it's red, it's not bookable. Yellow, you are booked on the wait list, if any. Green, you are free to go. We have places. If you don't like the system, we offer 3 more. We offer a bar chart, which shows how many places are left with an actual number, also looking very nice. Perhaps going to show that later. Or you could show nothing. Button position is old template, decimal places too. You can also set decimal separatives. You in Germany would choose the comma instead of the point, and so on. You can set how many events per page. You can actually easily hide that line. You can set the date format. You can hide the login form. You can set if emails, in which format the emails to the participants should be shown, and so on. Next one is a modern template setting only. It's for this one, and for the modern event template. You can choose if you want social media or not. If you just turn that off, you don't have a Facebook, you don't have a Twitter button, and you don't have a Google Plus button. You can choose if you want location image, number filter, search filter, and so on. Next thing are payment settings. Most payment settings are in the models, except this one. Here you choose your currency system, enable disable coupons, and just supply some bank account data, because we also need this in email. Next setting is advanced. Here you can tune some more advanced, more complicated settings. Then we have default values. This is actually very nice. This is going to save you much time. As you have seen in the event creation, we have many settings to fill out. Here you can set some default values for it. Let's say your normal event start at 19 o'clock, just insert it here. Let's say normal events start at 19 o'clock, end at 21 o'clock, and closing date we want also a bit higher, 18 o'clock. We have a default category where you can put most events in. You can say, hey, I'm just doing webinars. Why should I check this button every time? So I'm just going to yes. You can say, hey, every meeting is going to take 500 places, so I'm just putting it in here. You can have a default event description. You can have a default event location, a default place where it takes place. If you have only one office, you can put the location in here. You can also have default fees, target group, and so on. This is going to save you much time. So we also have this nice reset option. If you ever screwed it up, you just click on that, and the settings are going to be back to default. Actually, I didn't want to show that. Here you can set the permissions. Permissions are for who is allowed to create events, who is allowed to edit events and who's allowed to edit own events. This is very cool for big event companies, because not every organizer should get administrator access. So this is only his front end here. So you set here, let's say, for example, edit own events should be allowed for outsource, or perhaps you make a new group for it. You set you allow them to edit their own events, then they can log in the front end and edit the event, but only their own event, not other events. Or you want to have some who also are allowed to create events in the front end, so you just set it like that. We're going to see in the front end how that works in the front end in a couple of minutes. So, first thing we are going to do before is now create a second event, so that you see the paid event and see an event with a location. So we choose another title here. I'm not very creative if I allow a nice event in Munich. Let's say it's just in a year from now. Brief description. Come and join us for a little nice event. And we're actually going to have a location this time. Here we are going to keep it very global. You could put at any location you like. You could also put in a name here. This is not the Google Maps location. This is not the Maps location string. We actually separated that in an additional setting. So let me change that to, for example, we actually have some event here. Organizer, let's stick with super user this time. We just have 30 places and we allow booking 3 places at once. And it's not a webinar this time. So let's go to additional settings. I'm going to just put some description. I'm actually going to make it very short. So we don't have any images uploaded yet, so we don't change it here. Let me make and Google Maps location. You could you would normally put any address here and so on. Everybody, let's say this time it's not free, it's a top event. Or we actually had a top event. Now it's a hot event. When you turn these parameters on, it's actually shown in the front end, and you have some CSS classes if you like. You can also extend it from the other ones optically. So additional booking fields, now we just keep it like this and going on save and close. So we have another event, paid one this time. And now I'm going to show you the one in the front end, this other booking form. So this time I don't want to book as unregistered user, I want to book as registered user. So I log in. And going to book that event. So, well, before I start, I wanted to show you 2 things you haven't seen before. We have this little nice map on the event template, as you can see, with a nice marker. If you click on it, you get the big map. And the same goes for the event list. If you click on this icon, you can see how it changed to that one. You get a map here with a location, with the location in it. You can take a route and so on. So let's book it. Actually going to use my extension again. I'm going to pay cash. Oh, I seem to have brought it in this one. I have to change that later. And I also have the t-shirt size, but that's okay. So as you can see, the price is automatically generated based on my settings. As one place is $20, two are 40. If I would have used a coupon code, it could be more or less. It's dynamically calculated. As you have seen, we have 3 pages, automatic, JavaScript. I can go back, change anything, take another payment method, can take another coupon code, and so on. And it's going always to be automatically inserted what we have typed as the first and second page. And it's validated. So, t-shirt size is M, book places is 2, method of payment. Everything is good. I accept the terms and conditions. Some nice terms and conditions. You could actually link to any page here or just put the text inside. So I made a paid booking. My booking was successful, and this time we don't go back to the event page. We go to the payment page. For cash, it's pretty easy. For PayPal, there would be a PayPal button where we go to the PayPal form and pay. Depending on the payment, on bank transfers, there would be some bank accounts to be shown on the based on the data on the back end, and so on. So I click on next, and now I come back to my to the event page. As you can see, we have a new button here, cancel booking. With it, the participant can cancel his booking. If you allow that, you can of course disable this functionality also. So, and we have another thing. We are logged in, so we don't have only one tab here. This is the same as for everybody, event overview. We have a second one now, my bookings. And as you can see, we have our event which we booked here, and can now always go back to this page, cancel our booking, and so on. Here's our booking ID. It's unique to us. We can call the organizer, and he can and tell him this number, and he can get our booking details in no seconds. So this is the front end for logged in users. So the third one I want to show you is the front end for organizers. We also have this. So I'm going to log in as admin and go to the event list. So now we have the event overview like before with this one, like before, but we have also have them if we disable that setting. I'm going to do this. Show participants, save and close. So we have them also. As administrator, you always have them. We have my bookings. I have no booking yet. And we have my offers. That's the new one. As we have noticed, the super user account has created these 2 webinars. It could be also your organizer or any organizer. That are the events of the logged in users. So I actually can now edit the event in the front end with all the same fields, with all the same things as in the back end. I can also duplicate it, I can go back and I can delete it in the front end. You don't have to be a super administrator for that. You can make any group an organizer group in Matukio. So you can have ordinary Joomla user accounts to book events, to edit events, and to manage participants. So as you can see, my bookings I haven't booked as super admin as it would be here. As you can see, this one I haven't shown it before. This is showing who has booked, a list of bookings. And as you can notice, it's different from the ones in from the simple overview. I can see who has paid, and I can click here if I have received the money. If he has paid with, let's say, for example, PayPal, it would be automatically set to paid if the transaction was successful. I can certificate the user if I like and download his certificate and print it, of course, with his booking data, dynamically generated on the user account data, which was supplied. So, and of course I can see all booking details he had filled out. That's the booking he had made in this term in one page, simple, easy overview for you. So, all this functionality, not only in the backend, also in the front end. You have the same system in the backend and even more. So, we are not finished yet. We can contact all, we can send all participants an email from here. If you want to, let's say you have 30 participants and want to inform them about some things they should bring in. Just click on contact, fill out some email, and they get an email information about that in the front end. We have a participants list, nice one, with automatically generated QR code. And the best thing about that, you can 100% customize that list with the data. I'm going to show that in some minutes. As you can see, automatically generated. Here we have the booking details of our booking of the test user we had made before. And we have a signature list. For example, you can have own lists with own data, with an own style, for whatever thing you can imagine of. As you can see, automatically generated on the booking, you have that nice page. We can download a CSV file for export to Excel or anything else. We can book new participants. This form is a bit faster than the one for the participants. Say somebody calls you or calls your organizer, he can create a new booking here, and the user, of course, gets an email confirmation to automatically generate it. So, booked places, to certificated, and so on. I can show you that one in the backend too. Let's refresh that one. Yeah, already did. You see, here we have it too. Here we have the print options. Here we have the details and so on. So it's almost the same as in the backend. Here you can say his rating because we have turned it on, download his certificate, and so on. The same functionality as in the front end, and even some more things, but I'm going to come to that later. So, three tabs functionality, one for everybody, one for normal users, and one for you organizers, event creators, and so on. They can, of course, if they are allowed to, based on your ACL settings, create a new event here with the same form as in the backend. So let's go back to the backend. Want to show you some small things here. We have organizer pages. Of course, we have. You can choose your user, super user. You can make a name override here if you like, or else the Joomla user accounts are used here. You can set a custom email address here. Let's say http://joomla.com. Phone number, made a nice description, set an image, but you can also set it here, This one is not shown in the front end. This is for some other parts. It's shown in the front end, but not in the organizer page. Some nice description of me. We could have some intern comments. They are not shown anywhere. Click on Save, and now we have, no, wrong page. Give me a second. So now we have everybody in the event overview can see this one, this link. And if he clicks on it, you have a simple, nice page. I have not put in much content, as you can see, with details of your organizer. The same is going to come for locations. If you like, you can set up a single nice page to demonstrate your location for your users. This is going to come with Matukio 3.9, the next version of Matukio. Then you also can click on the location and have a detailed location page. So you can have nice organizer pages with your content. It's very important for us at CompuJoom to give you the ability to present your own content, not our templates. So we are trying to keep the templates as easy, as usability, as much usable as possible, but not takes the view on the content. And takes the view on the content and not on our extension. So it's always up to you to make a nice event page. We gave you the space for that. So, as you have seen, different types of pages for webinars, different icons, and many more things in custom. For webinars, you could upload or supply a link to a recorded webinar after it, and so people can see it in my bookings tabs there and take a look at it, and so on. They could download the certificate here and much more. When I now log in as my test user, just to show you, actually it's the wrong password. You can see I am now certificated and I enabled front-end download, and I can download it as user. As you can see, this was the name automatically inserted and so on. But you can 100% customize this one. And this one I wanted to show you next. So for that we have the templates section. This one is actually a bit advanced because it has so many possibilities. I have shown you that booking mail before. I can bring it back if I have. Oh, where do I have one? Takes that one. Not very nice. This is filled out some seconds ago, or half an hour ago, at our demo page. As you can see, this is based on that one. We also have multi-language support here, but you could just type your text here. You could just type "thank you for your booking" at CloudAccess.com here, and so on. So we just use these ones for multi-language sites. If you don't do it. You have it much more, have much less to write. You just type your text, and you can use images. You can use any HTML code you like if you want to send HTML emails. As if you don't want to use HTML emails, you just type your text down here, and this is sent to the user. You can have a custom subject. You can change that one, as you can see. You can change every single element in this text, and you can access every file the user filled out. Met booking all details HTML supplements you with all field data which was filled out. But perhaps you don't want to. Perhaps you just want the first name and the last name and perhaps, I don't know, some sort of city. So you just type in Matt Booking first name. This is going to be replaced with the first name. Or you type Matt Booking last name. Replaced through last name. I think the principle is pretty clear. So you can just edit this and fit that to your own needs. It's really easy. You can have any HTML text you like with all sublet data. Not only of the booking, but also of the event. If you want the event title, you just type in mat event title. And this one is going to be replaced with the current event for which the email is sent. If you want to have a complete custom email for an event, that's no problem. I have shown you the override. So all these things are in the documentation. We have a pretty nice big documentation. I am going just to show you the replacements, possible replacements, and that are not the dynamic ones. As you have seen, you can change file names. If I want a t-shirt in, for example, I type Matt Booking t-shirt size, I think I called it. So the structure is pretty simple, Matt Booking and the file name. And you would have it inside your email. But normally it's automatically in, so you don't have to insert that. With Matt Booking all the titles text, you don't have to care. But if you want more, you can easily have it. Here's a list of non-dynamic fields. So Matt event number is replaced by the event number. Title through the title, target through your target group. So you would also have all event data in here, not only the booking data. As you can see, more details here. You can also send a QR code here, which your participants can print out and they bring it to your event. And if you have a QR code scanner or some sort of smartphone, you can scan in the booking with that. So easily change the booking email, you can change the booking cancelled email, the booking cancellation email. So you can write sorry that you cancelled your booking email or some other details if you like, and much more. So that's just the part for email templates. So, but you can also change your export templates. As I've shown you before, we have possibility to export CSV code. In the default, we export every booking data, every booking field, the user feed out. But perhaps you say you also want only the first name. I actually have to put it in quotes. You also can say, I want just the first name, the last name, and perhaps the city or the email address. So you just type in that and you just have the data you need and not more. So you can 100% customize what you want from this CSV export. You can 100% fit it into your customer relationship management system or any other accounting system you use. You can customize how the CSV file should look like or how the signature list template should look like. We have seen that one some seconds ago. Going to show it again. Let me open another tab for us. That. Administrator index PHP. Let's go to Matukio. Participant list. I am going to take the bigger one. And that's our signature list. As you have seen, this heading is unique. It's generated here. It's some event information. So if you don't like it, just delete it. We can always customize this 100%, and we can use all these placeholders. This is multi-language, but we can, as I said, always type just number here. It's 100% dynamic, it's 100% intuitive, and it fits your need just like you want. So this is the title. Here I have all event data. And this is the booking data. You can see it's pretty easy built up because it's just one line. In this case, you can have more if you like, because it's a signature list at default. It's just some sort of idea from us. If you don't want a signature list, you can make anything out of it what you want. So let us say, for example, you don't need the first name, but you need the city. So I just delete mark booking last name, first name, and write into it mark booking city, save it, and let's take a look at the list now. Signature list was this one. Let's see, now we also have a location in it and not the first name anymore. I think the principle is pretty clear. We could have it multi-line here, we can change it to anything we like. Same goes, of course, for the participants list, which is built up more like a list, but we can also change it here. It's just 2 fields down. Here we go. It has granted the same header like the signature list, but perhaps you don't like it, just delete it and we're fine. And here's the single participant data. As you have seen, Mat booking name is replaced with the participant name. This is just the translation for name. So you just can change that, and with Mat booking QR code ID, you have this nice QR code in it. Just change some fields here, and as you can see, the whole list is going to fit your needs however you like it and more. So, some small things. We have statistics, very big statistics, as you can see, where you can, if you have many events, it's going to help you a lot. You can, for example, see, I selected the wrong one, how many people booked and so on. So, but with the content we are done yet, we have seen Matukio. It has much more to offer than I could have shown in just 1 hour, a bit more than 1 hour. So now is the time for questions. Let's go back to Ryan.
Yeah, hey Eve, great job. Yeah, I'm here. Great job. There's a ton of functionality, and it's another really great CompoJoom component. So you've done some good work there. I've got some people reaching out to me through the GoToMeeting slide out question area, posting questions, and a few other folks reaching out via Twitter at CloudAccess. If you'd like to get a hold of me. Peter is letting me know that he is attending from Boston, and Joe is attending from Spearfish, South Dakota.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. And Helen is from Utica, New York. Now, Anna had a question, and I think you answered it in your presentation. She talked about certificates. So she saw the certificate at one point, and then a little bit later on, I think you kind of displayed what this certificate is. And
Yes.
I kind of wanted to follow up on that. How can we customize those certificates for our attendees?
Let's go back. I just have shown the export templates. It's the same for the certificate template. Let me make it a bit bigger. As you can see, here we have the title, begin, and in this case we have a bit big. In this form you can customize it 100% to your needs. So you can, it is the same as for the email form, it's the same as for the export form. You can just type in your text, you have your HTML here, and based on that the certificate is generated. You can include a custom background, for example. You can change the dates, you can add the you can also add the event description or any other thing you like. This is a very basic certificate we made up here. But if you like, some of our customers are going to create real great certificates which look really great. Perhaps I'm going to post some screenshots of them later as a comment on the video. You have all fields in here, as you see, Met event title, and the name and the teacher, and that generates the certificate. And you can change that one, which is very basic, as you see. We have nothing special here. You can 100% change that with your code to anything you like. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah,
if you want, you could add me in Skype or take a drop us a line. We're going to show you more.
Well, great. Yeah, it looks like I can use the editor to really customize that and upload my own imagery as well. So that's really good. Anna had another question too about the front end. And when registering, can you hide details like categories and authors and things like that?
What do you want to hide? Excuse me. So, you can hide this line completely.
Right.
So, organizer would not have been shown, book place is not shown, book label not shown. And you can hide almost anything in here. You can hide the status, you can hide the target group, the tutor. I filled that out. That are optional fields in the event creation. So they are not necessary. If I delete out the tutor, for example, it's not shown in the front end. So Daniel's gone.
I see.
So hope that answers your questions.
Yeah, very good. A question from Dan, and this was a good one. Can Matukio handle a multi-date event? So, for example, I want to create, like the CMC webinar, I want to create a set of 4-hour trainings that occur on Tuesdays and Thursdays for 2 hours each. So can we do a repetitive cycle?
Yes, we can. At the current time, very basics. Except you want to duplicate an event, that's pretty easy. But repeating events are going to come with the next Matukio version 2. There you can set that an event should repeat weekly, monthly, yearly, however you like. And not only on dates. You can say you want an event every Monday, for example. But 2 days, 2 events, 2 days long are also no problem. Then we would have a time here, 15, 16 o'clock, and have the end date. So this would be separated into broken up into 2 lines. I hope you can imagine that, what I mean.
Yeah, it makes sense to me, I think. Hopefully that answers your question. Ken posted a question about your reporting, your analytics that you showed, your statistics a little while ago, and wondering if that can be exported to Google Analytics. That's kind of an interesting question.
Interesting. Currently not, but sounds like a good idea. You can, of course, have Google Analytics in every page. But that's a good point. Analytics has some functionality about events. I have it on my wish list for a later version. We already thought about it. We have not forgotten it.
Hey, cool. And which version are you on of Matukio, by the way?
I'm currently on Matukio 3.0, the
Very
new
good.
version, which is
obviously compatible with 3.0 and 2.5 still, correct?
That was the goal. Matukio 3 has changed big parts of the backend. We are, as you have seen now, completely with Joomla 3 Bootstrap. And it was so 100% integrated into the new Joomla 3 design, backend design.
Yeah. That's one of the best parts about Joomla 3 is that that consistent user interface for all of these components.
Exactly, and that one we want also in our extensions, and that's why we have the 3. That's because of that it's called Matukio 3 and not 2. 2 was for Joomla 2.5, optimized for Joomla 2.5. This is already set for the future, or for the current version, and Joomla 3.2.
Very good. You know, Bob wants to let us know he's attending from Florida. Very cool. And Joe had a question about the payment method list and wondering how you can customize payments.
Yeah, I haven't shown it before. Let us take a look. All of our payment methods are plugins. We are trying to use a standardized way with the Joomla Payment API, which is not only developed by us. It's a great project, and we integrated it into Matukio with Matukio 2.2, and then we have plugins except of direct code. So that are the current payment methods. With we are working currently on 2 more. If you miss anyone, just drop us a line. We're doing our best to get all interesting ones out. And currently we support, as you can see, PayPal and PayPal Pro. We support cash, of course. We support bank transfer, PayU, CC Avenue, LinkPoint, and some more, as you can see. Let's take a look at the bank transfer payment plugin. For example, you just disable it. If you disable all plugins, the second page, the payment page, is not shown, but you can still have event prices. Here we have the plugin name, bank transfer, as you have seen in the back end. You can set the account number and so on there, and this is displayed to the users. And PayPal, you have to sub the, for example, PayPal username, signature. You can enable sandbox mode and so on. So we use easy plugins which offer you an easy way to disable, enable them, and to write your own or allow other developers to extend Matukio or with the payment providers to write some. It's a standardized way of integrating payment into Matukio. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, I think pretty thoroughly. You guys offer quite a few options, so Joe, hopefully that helps you out a little bit. You know, no other questions at this point, but I just am kind of interested, Eve, what are you working on right now? Are you sort of actively developing Matukio, or do you have a different project? Or
I can show you the list of planned features. With Matukio 3.0, we have chosen to do a step-by-step release. This one I've shown with the backend is the first one. I can show you what is incoming for the next couple of weeks, months. We want to get this list of planned features out this year. So we are going to bring PDF ticket generation and sending. So you can, if you like, automatically generate tickets with barcodes and a cool ticket design, of course, as PDF files and send it to your users so they can print it out and bring it to the event. This is planned. We want more webinar options. We are going to have a better Google Calendar integration export to Google Calendar and some more things. Not Google Calendar in the front end that you have with the ECS file, Google Calendar export as administrator, so you can also have a nice Google Calendar page with all your events in. We're planning some event slideshow with nice pictures, where we use pictures in your events. We are planning graduated event fees. So perhaps you have different fees for children or older people. You can easily integrate them with our next options. And I have said before, we are planning extra pages for places and locations and hundreds of more things. But these are the things which are going to follow in the next couple of months. This year, I think most of the things we should complete this year.
Very good. I think you're right on target with that Google Calendar integration. A lot of people want that feature with their components these days. But you know, Eve, thank you very much for doing this. No other questions at this point. So you did a great, you did a great job, folks. Let us know if you have any other question for Eve. Really great stuff from CompoJoom. I always like recommending them to our clients just because of the good quality of the component and the support that comes along with it. I am going to steal the presentation back at this point. And you should all be able to see my screen right now. And remember, we have this coupon code for 15% off Matukio if you're interested. You can use the coupon code CloudAccess. And that's from CompoJoom. We've done a number of webinars with CompoJoom, and we have another one coming up. I'm going to end this presentation here and show you how to access a recording of this webinar on our YouTube channel. So later today, this webinar will be available. If you come to youtube.com/cloudaccess, you can scroll down to our special Joomla Webinars playlist where you can review this presentation and post comments as well. Now, if you do subscribe to our YouTube channel, you will receive an automatic update every time we do upload a new webinar or tutorial. We have close to 6,400 subscribers now. So we'd love to add you to the list as well. Just want to remind you, too, that in about 1 month from now, the Joomla World Conference is coming up in Boston. I know Peter is attending today from Boston, Massachusetts. We are going to be at this event, many Cloud Access folks, along with many other people in the Joomla community. So we hope you can attend the Joomla World Conference. Buy your tickets today. Also, remember, you can always come to CloudAccess.net to learn a lot about Joomla and get your own Joomla website. You can click on this big yellow button to launch a new Joomla instance right away. That'll be ready in about 60 seconds for you to start developing. And you're always welcome to come back to any of our Joomla webinars. I'm going to go to Training and Joomla Webinars here. We do host free and live daily webinars on just learning how to do the basics of Joomla, get through creating your basic content, and we have open forums as well where you can come in and ask questions. We also have a series of upcoming special webinars. Of course, today was the Matukio webinar. Next week, we are hosting a webinar on increasing the number and quality of leads for your Joomla site with OgoSense, a company helping with marketing for Joomla. And we also have another webinar with the CompoJoom folks, with Daniel, on CMC MailChimp for Joomla. This is integrating MailChimp into Joomla, made easy. And we have a Hikashop webinar coming up as well. This is a comprehensive e-commerce solution for Joomla. Should be a good one, with Nicholas in France. But Eve, thank you for doing this presentation with us. And Christian is saying thank you. A couple other people saying thank you as well.
You are welcome.
Now, if people have questions they want to follow up, can they get a hold of you through support and go to the forums here at CompoJoom? Is this the best way to get a hold of you?
For example, you can also drop us a note by email or write us on Twitter, Facebook, and so on.
Okay, so at CompoJoom on Twitter, find them on Facebook. So if you do have additional questions, please get a hold of them here. Thanks for attending, everyone. We hope we can see you in a webinar again really soon. And thanks, Eve.
You're welcome. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Ryan, for your great moderation, and thank you, Cloud Access, for the opportunity. And you're doing a real great job there. We are happy Cloud Access customers and can really suggest them to everyone.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Take care.